Hi, thank you for joining us today. My name is John Pollard, and welcome to another edition of Getting Involved with God. Are you ready for the second coming of Jesus Christ? Jesus told a parable in the 25th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, and it's called the parable of the 10 virgins. Listen as Jesus tells this parable. Matthew 25, starting in verse 1. Then the kingdom of heaven will be comparable to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. For when the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their flasks along with their lamps. Now while the bridegroom was delayed, they all got drowsy and they began to sleep. But at midnight there was a shout, "Behold, the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all those virgins rose and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." The wise answered, "No, there will not be enough for us too. Go instead to the dealers and buy some for yourselves." And while they were going away to make the purchase, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. Later the other virgins also came, saying, "Lord, Lord, open up for us." But he answered, "Truly I say to you, I do not know you. Be on the alert then, for you do not know the day or the hour." Are you ready for the second coming of Jesus Christ? Jesus came on this earth, and he was born of the Virgin Mary in Matthew chapter 1. All the Gospels tell that story, but the point is, Jesus came on this earth manifested in the flesh as God. He was crucified on the cross, he was buried, and he rose from the dead on the third day. And he is now seated at the right hand of God the Father in heaven. For a picture of that, see Revelation chapter 4 and 5. But the point is that Jesus came on this earth once, and he's going to come back a second time. And on that second occasion, he's going to judge this world and judge each and every man according to what he has done, both good and bad. And at the end of that roll call, at the end of that judgment, we will either be thrown into hell or we will go with Jesus into heaven. And we have to live our lives based on this parable. We have to be ready for that day because we do not know when that day will be. Jesus' parable of the 10 virgins serves to illustrate an important point about being wise and being alert, knowing that the day of the Lord can come at any time. It can come tonight. It can come tomorrow morning. It can come 2 years from now. The point is, we don't know when it's going to come. Other passages in the gospel and in 2 Peter use the idea of a thief coming in the night. The thief does not warn the person whose house he's going to break into because he wants to catch them by surprise. Likewise, Jesus will come, and I fear his coming will catch many by surprise. We have to be like the wise virgins, who Jesus might be delayed. The bridegroom is pictured in this parable as Jesus, and we, the virgins, have to be prepared, knowing that we don't know the exact day or hour Jesus will return. But that does not negate the fact that he will come back, and what we have done on this earth, our actions, our behaviors, and the choices that we have made will have an impact for us that will extend into the next life, whether that be into heaven or whether that be into hell. And my choices and my actions will not affect the other person in the sense that my choices and my actions cannot save somebody else. It can only do for me. God will render for each one according to his own deeds. When Jesus told this parable, there were foolish virgins, 5 of them. They weren't prepared, they weren't ready. You see, they thought that they knew the hour the bridegroom was going to come. They thought that they could anticipate it to perfection. But when he delayed, they were caught off guard, and they did not have enough oil left for their lamps. As Christians and as disciples of Jesus, Jesus told us in Matthew chapter 5 that we ought to be the light of the world. And we need a lot of oil to keep that lamp going. Are you following Jesus? Are you practicing the things that Jesus has taught? the example that he left behind? Are you following him? Are you keeping your light going? Or are you caught up back in the cares of this world? Are you serving the devil in this world? Friends, you need to consider that Jesus Christ will return, and we will either be those 5 wise virgins or those 5 foolish virgins. And if that day comes and we're not ready, we're going to be shut out. Do you want to be shut out, or do you want to enter with Jesus? Consider this parable and get ready for that day. It may come tonight, it may come tomorrow. So if you have things that you need to fix, fix it now. If you have things that you need to change, friends, change it now. Do whatever you can right now to make your life right before God, for he can return at any time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let us know. Thank you for joining us this week.